Town of Goshen, or will that have to wait as well?
I'm not gonna comment on
We expect
that.
that.
Right, that's fine.
Not gonna comment.
We know when we're gonna vote on that. And I'm going to leave.
Is it okay for the citizens to know when you're gonna vote on that?
When the finding statement is finally finished, it'll be given to the town board to vote on those two local laws, whenever that is.
And that will have
And I
nothing to do
don't-
with the rezoning of the entire town, where other people have to wait, but they don't.
Whenever that is done, that's when it'll be voted on.
Thank you.
Okay. Deborah Corr.
Okay.
Please don't hit it till I'm prepared, please.
Do I ever?
I don't know when you're hitting. I really have no idea.
You can watch the replays, you can tell me.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
It's truly amazing to me that $1 million company such as Merlin could issue an FEIS that was so lacking, that was so ambiguous and had so many contradictions, and that Phil Dropkin could sit there and read everything off the memos that are given to you by the Orange County Partnership. So it was kind of like he was being told that, that we found in the foils, that there's information that gets disseminated by the Orange County Partnership that gives them bullet points as to what, what to enforce, and it's being sent to people on the board and people on the planning board and to the town attorney. The public comment, I just want to go on back, it's an embarrassing, it's an incomplete, to have that as being complete was ridiculous. And to not have the FEIS available to us and for us to lose one day, we are all spending countless hours, night and day, reading this. We have found 2,000 changes in the first part alone, 2,000, because we've compared the old DIS to the FEIS. And we find that we really need more time. So we would appreciate that you extend it to a full 30 days. What is the rush? What is August 4th? What is your agenda for August 4th? I'd like to know. Do you have a deadline? Do you have days so that to accommodate these people? Why are there certain people here that have worked for Orange County Partnership and that are still working here, such as Mr. Golden? He's represented them, and that's a conflict of interest. And I really think that you should take a real good look at the conflict of interest that we now have. David was completely bullied. He was hushed and shushed and told what to do, and yet he still fought through, and I really have to commend him. And at least somebody had some ethical behavior there on the planning board. The DEIS, we sat here and I figured it out. We had a total of 9 minutes per person for this past year to really, at these meetings, to comment on the FEIS and the DEIS. I don't think it's enough. And I don't think 8 days is enough to look at an 8,000-page changed document. So I want to know what's going on August 4th. What's your time? What's your agenda? Because I know you have an agenda. I know you've been given a schedule as to when things are going to be done. Zoning changes. Why do we have a ZBA board? What, are they they're nice people. Why do we have a ZBA board? Why aren't zoning changes going to the zoning board? And last but not least, once you do compile the new comprehensive plan, I would like to be part of that. I officially would like to be part of the comprehensive plan review, as I was in the early 2000s. And I think I can bring a lot to the table there, so I am officially requesting to be part of the comprehensive plan team. Thank you.
I don't normally get involved in this, but I have to tell you, I'm offended when you said our planning board is not ethical.
I really feel that they're being told what to do.
You may disagree with what they had to say, You may disagree on what he put the view. Mr. Dropkin, I can tell you straight off, and all our board members are very, very open. They say what they mean. You may not agree with them, but take exception, they're not unethical.
I also want to state for the record and for this board that the Orange County Partnership is providing no bullet points to anybody on the board. Phil Dropkin's comments were all drafted by himself. I have not received any bullet points from the Orange County Partnership. That's just a falsehood.
Are you on their board?
Sandra
No.
Rothenberger?
Okay, I'm going to talk to you about what is open government. The 2009 U.S. Open Government Directive identifies open government as transparency, participation, and collaboration as the key principles of an open government. I don't think this is open government on this board or on the planning board. Now let me read you what people expect as far as open government. An open government is guided by the principles of transparency, accountability, participation, and collaboration. Open governments recognize that true democracy involves working with citizens and stakeholders, not just for them. Open governments acknowledge and benefit from the input, knowledge, and expertise that citizens can contribute to the operations and decision-making of government. It is about using innovative activities, approaches, and strategies to better connect citizens and stakeholders to the governments. This leads to increased knowledge sharing, innovation, collaboration, and a more engaged and involved public to ultimately support and enable the development of better policies, decisions, programs, and services. Open government is about increasing access to information and data and providing meaningful opportunities for dialogue and collaboration between government and the public. Tell me how many of these this board shares with the public. I don't think you could list more than one. It's a shame that this is the way government has to be. And people are starting to demand open government on their town and village boards. Please consider putting this policy in your oath so that you operate according to what open government is supposed to be. Thank you.
Thank you. Colleen Davis?
Already?
Yeah.
Last but not least, right? Well, I'm not going to ask any questions because I don't get any answers anyway, but a couple of statements I would like to make. The comprehensive plan has been stated here, made to be changed. I think the word made shall be can, not made, but can be changed. And I second what Deb said. If it is going to be changed, I would like to be part of that. The other point I would like to make tonight is that at the meeting, at the 911 center, I believe it was misleading the public when council spoke and said you have 10 days. It was not just 10 days, it's a minimum of 10 days. You could have had 30 days, and I think that should have been expressed a lot more clearly by your representative, your council that you pay, and they did not do that. Well, now that I have another few minutes, I'll just stand here and see if anybody wants to respond.
That is a good question. Why was it? They gave them a minimum and not.
She didn't even say minimum, she said 10 days.
38,000 pages is not something that you do overnight.
Why didn't you express that it can be more than 10
Does that
days?
mean-
And most boards, okay, I'm sorry,
I said, what, is there a requirement for that?
the minimum.
Couldn't they have met them halfway at 15? I mean, 8,000 pages. And days is an awful
There,
lot.
it states a minimum of 10 days.
That
There is
wasn't
no-
stated
there
at
is-
the board
Please,
Let
meeting.
him answer it,
please.
and then I'll argue with him.
There is nothing in there that says 30 days, right? The board has to, I'm just telling you.
I heard the same thing last Thursday, it said 8, said 10 to 30.
But it's not 30, there's nothing in there that says
Oh, okay,
30.
well.
It could be 40 or 50.
No, it can't be.
Well, let's not go
Please
down.
let,
Let me speak to council, please.
The board actually has to adopt the finding statement within 30 days. They're mandated to adopt the finding statement within 30 days, and there's a minimum 10-day period with respect to that, and everything has to be wrapped up. I have to check again the regulations, I believe it's 45 days. So there are short time frames. If you put it out too far, then they won't have enough time to consider the finding statement, which is the most important document because it actually outlines all of the mitigations. So the longer you have this consideration period, then the shorter period you're going to have with respect to actually adopting the final finding statement. And that's why it was recommended that it be 10 days. And normally, when you go through these processes, go from municipality to municipality, they use the 10-day limit for that specific period. Because it
Excuse
starts to
me,
get
Amy
more
said
complicated
You're
with
wrong. Look it
respect
up,
to-
what you don't know. You're wrong. You're absolutely
will
wrong.
you let him speak?
Amy
How
said
could we go
14
out?
days, right? Amy said.
I just want to make, it just seems like an awful long time to try to resolve 8 that. And if it's
It is, and it's also a very,
That's your time limit, not mine.
That's mine.
it's also a very short time to have come up with a finding statement within 30 days. But that's what the SECR regulations say.
Accept your explanation, I just wanted to, that's why I asked the question.
But what I'm trying to say here is, when your council said you have 10 days to the planning board, you do have, the planning board has more than 10 days, and that was not clearly stated to the public at that meeting at the 911 center. You definitely have more than 10 days, absolutely. So I believe it's misleading the public.
Amy said 14 days.
Okay, thank you very much.
Well, is that it? I mean, that would,
We-
he took up most of my time.
The
and really
buzzer
didn't
went,
say
the buzzer
much.
went off, and we've heard what you
Yeah, but
had to
he
say.
took up
was
for time.
I mean, yeah, I'm like, is
Okay.
that it? He said he had to look up something, he couldn't recall.
Would someone like to make a motion, we adjourn the meeting, and we go into attorney-client
Someone
discussion?
has their hand up. His hand is up.
Yes.
Another chance, look.
Pardon?
We've been discussing ethics. I just want to read a definition of the word ethics.
Okay.
Ethics pertain to right and wrong in conduct, being in accordance and with rules and standards for conduct of practice. There are some instances where a legal act can be unethical. It all depends on the current laws and the perception of the people in the act as well as outside the act. This board has already, in my perception, committed several unethical acts. We will start with the very first meeting where we're given 9 items for discussion and 3 minutes to discuss them. Next is the removal of a planning board member. That's extremely unethical. And thirdly, as of now, the sale of town properties where future wells can be drilled for Arcadia Hills is extremely unethical. Thank you.
Very good, okay. Would someone like to make a motion, we adjourn the meeting to go into attorney-client proceedings?
So moved.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you very much.